Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trading Recap and Daily Teachings. Before we start, quick disclaimer, anything we discuss is just for educational purpose, nothing is financial advice. Alright guys, earnings season in full strength mode and just incredible setups. Literally killed it today. All of our setups were actually pretty good. All of the guidance was pretty good. So today you're gonna learn about, if you're new, you're gonna learn about the earning setups and how to find the hot news momentum plays, and of course, bunch of MTF setups today. The power of the MTF clouds. Before we start, quick introduction to anybody who's new to our X accounts, new to our YouTube, or new to our community. So all these recaps are from our Tenet Trade group, or if I tweet something from my Twitter account. And what we do is we trade a repeatable system. We trade a repeatable system called Ripster EMA Cloud System that I have been teaching freely for 8-9 years on the X, on ripstereducation.com, and also on my YouTube. Thousands of traders have been using this system. Not only this system, my teaching is about day trading, swing trading, investing, all my concepts, and have been changed their life. You can go to ripstereducation.com, the free website, to learn and see for yourself how the people have changed their lives with my education. So we do this. We trade everything, all of our trade setups. We trade it in our community, Tenet Trade Group, one of the largest live trading online community, where I'm live in the morning, and all day I'm on a screen share. So what we do there is, me and my team, we make a plan in the pre-market. We make a plan for all the plays we're gonna trade. We make a plan in the pre-market for the news plays, for the earning plays, for the index stocks, for the upgrade, downgrades. I create an initial support level and resistance level, and I give an initial game plan to the traders. So traders can follow those game plan with the Ripster EMA Cloud system independently. Of course, I'm guiding any trades I like. I'm guiding them live and trading live with my traders, and I'm showing them how to trade those as well. So we also provide a lot of other information in the pre-market. We provide market summary as well, our wake up summary. We provide daily levels for trading ETFs, mag 7s. There's also something called our day 2 day 3 strategy, which I did a free webinar on. Traders can trade this day 2 day 3 setups as well. It's very important in the earnings seasons to trade these day 2 day 3 strategies. We trade futures as well. Today was a nice one on ES Nasdaq futures, silver futures, gold futures. We provide these levels. You can trade them with the Ripster EMA Cloud system. We do trade low floors. We trade IPOs. We trade a lot of other stuff. Thousands of traders are on our trading floor all day, sharing ideas, setups, all day with the traders, trying to find the opportunities. We trade after hours as well. A lot of traders are there in the pre-market as well. We were trading after our earnings today there as well. So we have a lot of tools in the community. We have three option flow scanners, stock scanners, MOC scanner, halt, unhold, order flow, breaking news alert, breaking news squawks, support resistance alerts, cloud alerts. We have a lot of resources, a lot of tools worth $600 per month, which are free for the traders to use in the community. Anyways, I'm live on the voice, and I'm also screen share, and I will show you my timestamp guidance, all the trades we did in the community. How was it? An amazing day for the traders in the community today. So we will go through all of those setups. I'll show you my timestamp guidance on those. So let's start with SPY QQQ and see how we did there on SPY QQQ today. So SPY QQQ, let's look at our decent trend day on the SPY and the QQQs here. Let's take a look here. This is QQQs. This is SPY and SPX, Nasdaq future, same thing. So this morning market was gapping down. It's right now gapping up because great report by Texas Instruments. So let's take a look here. So market was gapping up today. So what was our plan? What kind of plan did we make in the pre-market for the traders? Let's look at our plan here. So the plan in the pre-market for the traders was watch VIX 16 today. If 16 holds 16, push, look for profit taking, gap fill. If it breaks under 16, SPY QQQ push over the pre-market highs, you look for the longs. So that was our plan, right? So what happened in the first candle? First candle is called amateur candle. That was a short candle, because if you see that when amateur candle was doing that, VIX kind of pushed in the first candle. So that was the amateur short candle. You could short it, cover it in the first 10 minutes, but then came the calls. So 10 came the calls right here at the 512 calls that came. I told the traders that's a 512 calls long, watch the pre-market high breakout. So then it broke out of the pre-market highs. It becomes the pre-market high breakout long. We gave the stop 694.40. QQQ stops I gave 629. So it becomes our pre-market high breakout long. You long here, you hold it, you long the retest, you long here, you hold it, you long the pullback, and you take all the way up. So 10 a.m. trend time. So we got a 10 a.m. We take a profits at 10 a.m. but we had a 10 a.m. flag. So we pushed nicely into 631 from 629. Not a crazy setup, crazy range. We pushed on SPY from the 694.40s so to 696. Not bad for 50-60% on your options, or a couple of dollars on your options or leverage ETFs. So that was our long winner for the community today in the morning. Green profitable trade, nice trade on SPX, so as well or futures, whatever you guys like to trade. So don't want to cover too much here. I cover this. You can watch the playlist. SPY QQQ trade for a living. I have hundreds and hundreds of live timestamp recaps. You can understand that today, but the real fun was on earning plays. So let's go there. All right, so let's take a look at UNH. So UNH was our big play today. All right, so looking at UNH, let's see what was our pre-market plan on UNH. UNH already had a bad news before the earnings on the Medicare rates, and then they bring in the earnings, which was weaker guidance. So 292 support, 300 resistance, bearish bias as long as under 300, short under that, long over that. Okay, so an amateur trader would think that it's down from 350 all the way to 290. It's a $60 down. How much more it can go? It's too low. It doesn't work like that, right? Sometimes we do get chopped, but you have to understand it had a double catalyst: the news yesterday and then the earnings, right? So that's why it was down. It was a 20% down from yesterday. And so what happened right at the open? You got to watch this, your 10-minute candle. You're gonna watch your 10-minute candle and watch and see what's happening on that candle. You see that it was trying to push over that 300. Remember 300 important level. When I saw this rejection candle, I hit short right away. I actually had a limit orders which did not fill. I finally filled here. Later I will talk about it. So I told the traders no go short. And you can see that timestamp guidance right there. When I saw the rejections, I told them short. Most of my traders who have been learning from me, they already know, they're already in there before me. So but I do try to guide as a lot of new traders join every day. So we were short right away. I gave the short stops at 295. The target I gave was 285. The next target I gave was 282. So we hit our 285 target. We hit our 285 target within 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we hit closer to 282. So we covered most of our profits at 10 a.m. You see it was basing here, it was bouncing. I said cover most, watch, and we put our stops at 290. Right, we had 292 stops, then we lowered our stops to 290, and you see this is exactly where it rejects. Ripster clouds are so highly probable, high probability system. You see this is exactly where UNH rejected, and from that rejection, I told the traders that we are rejected there from the 512s. You reshort it. We never stopped out. You cover here, you add to your position here, and then this time we hit our 282 target, right? 8 points from 512 rejection. So we hit all the way to 282 target. Next target was 280 that I gave. You can see that 280, but kind of a buyer came in at 280 and it went sideways, and then we exited at the end because it started to pull over the Ripster clouds. So you see this short, let me see if you can see that. I shorted 291 and I shorted 293. I actually wanted more position, so I added into that flush under this pre-market low, which confirms my short. My stops are right here over 295, so I know that I can stop out. I'll lose $2. If you look at that entry, some traders had an even better entry, right? At risking $2, I'm making like $12. That's just insane, right? That's just amazing risk reward trade that you want to do every day to have a highly profitable system, right? Even if you had, let's say, your 100 shares small account, right? You're risking $200. You know, you're making $1,000. $1,000 trader, you're risking 2,000, you're making 10,000, right? That's kind of the trade it was. And of course, you could trade the options. You just need to know the options, need to know the IV and how the options, decline. The IV declines. So let's look at the put options on 290. So you see 290 options at the open went from $3 to $11, right? So how much is that? That's like $3,000 into 11 grand in just 10-20 minutes, right? Of course, then the IV settles down, it pulls back. You could also add like 285 puts later on that rejections. They went from $4 to $8 as well. So all day you could make money sticking with just this trade, either shorting or buying the puts. Beautiful winner, huge winner actually for the traders. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next one we're going to look at a GLW. So GLW, the stock name is Corningware. First of all, you notice it's breaking out of all-time highs and a consolidation at all-time highs. So this was an A+ setup, which is one of my most profitable setup. I teach my traders a lot of this one. GLW contract with Meta. Huge news, contract with Meta. 100 psychological trade, 100 or 350 resistance levels, bullish bias to long over pre-market highs, all-time high chart. Simple, bullish bias to long over pre-market highs. And as soon as the market open, again, it's an A+ setup. Bullish news, all-time high. You can see this all-time high. We have this all-time high consolidation right here. This is a big breakout. We have 100 psychological level. Everything, right? 100 psychological level, all-time high breakout. Big news with Meta. So it's an A+ setup. This is the setup where you size big, although this was a little spready stock, so you got to watch your entries there. But let me show you what I told the traders at the open. As soon as the market opened, I saw it pushing over. I told the traders long versus 101 when I saw this swipe, and I gave the trader 105 target. The second target I gave was 110, 106 and 110. So yeah, so right out of the gate, you long it right out of the gate. You're longing it at 103s or 102s, whichever entry you got it. I think I was at 103.40s because I'm also guiding. I'm also doing a bunch of stuff, so sometimes I miss a good entry. But anyways, regardless, if you take my entry, 103 entry, I was probably risking this area. I was probably going to risk $2 there, but at the end of the day, I made I think I sold at 110 here, as you see here, sold at 110, and I kept a little bit. I sold it later end of the day, but I made what? I made $10, risking $2. 1,000 shares, you're risking 2,000, you're making 10 grand. That's what 100 shares, you're making 1,000, risking $200. So that's what kind of the trade you want to do, guys. This is the earning season, guys. These kind of trades can completely change your account. It can completely change the game for you. Look at the timestamp guidance, long versus 101, 106 first target, take 50% off at 110, over 110, leave 30% off. Then we told the traders to roll further, use some tiny profit to buy further lot of options. Right now in the after hours, it's at trading at 114, so those options will probably open higher tomorrow. So beautiful A+, huge home run trade for the community. All right, so next look at the next play. Next we're going to look at is CRWV. CRWV was also our one of our main plays here today in the community. Let's take a look. So CRWV have an upgrade from Deutsche Bank. It was 140 PT, big huge price target, and it's a tier 1 bank, and you see that 102 support, 105 resistance. Day 2 setup. Also, it was a day 2 setup. Bullish bias to long if it holds that level. The guidance was given to the traders. You could blindly take that guidance and trade it. So as soon as I saw this strength here on CRWV, I told the traders to long it right away. Long curl the long versus 103. You could also be a little flexible here because you see support here. When I give a level, it's just an level of area, and I want my traders to know all the concepts. So you see this is a support right here, this is 3450 right here, so you don't have to be super hard about it. You just have to watch the 3450s and this level, and now you see I gave the long here right here, although it pushed in the first candle, pulled back, big push 105 and pulled back to 103s. I gave the traders the long, I gave the stops at 102, and then we started to move. We did a 10 a.m. flag, we moved the stops to 104. I first gave the first target of 108.60 because it was a previous resistance here at 108.60. That's how I found that level, and then I gave the move the stops to 106. The next target was 110. We moved the stops higher, we moved the stops 109. We did hit 111, almost 112, then double topped at 112. Then we were out of that trade later in the day. So this was a reclaim. It was a nice scalp here as well. This is called the reclaim setup. So that was a beautiful trade. Core weave, another news play. So you need to find this news, right? So you need to know these news setups so that you can really grab those news plays and make some decent profit. So you need to be ready in the pre-market, see what kind of upgrade is there. Is it a tier 1 upgrade? Is it a tier 2 upgrade? So that can really help you, right? So let's talk about another news play setup here. We're going to talk about RDW. So RDW is a part of our space stocks, right? So RDW, huge news. Another one I made, highlighted in community. Received a missile defense contract, trade versus yesterday highs, bullish to neutral bias. As soon as it pushed right here, I told the traders that it's a confirmed long, the breakout over the pre-market highs. Of course, the RGV, our senior trader in the community, he was guiding everybody with that RDW. He added the dips on RDW on the 512 pullback, and he gave the target higher on IDW. You could see that this is the pullback. This is where you add because of the 512 clouds. Beautiful trade, beautiful guidance all day long by RGV or RDW. And you see that that our traders, they do not hesitate. They respect the Ripster clouds, because it's all about respecting the clouds and using a risk level. And once we got the breakout, we ran all day. And not only RDW, because of RDW, the whole space stock was running. We create a space list, so we know that what all the space stocks are. They also ran with it. So this is how you need to know the news, how big the news is. Is it a hot sector? Is it a hot theme? So that's how you can make a lot of money, even if you risk $500 here, or let's say you risk $1,000 on this trade. You don't even risk that. You made, if you had 1,000 shares, you risked $200. And by end of the day, you made $1,200. If you had 5,000 shares, you barely risked the $1,000, and you made $5,000. So that was kind of amazing trade that was. The other one, which was a big news play, was let's look at it, was RR. So when I always say you need to know the news, right? RR collaborates with the Microsoft for advanced agentic AI, 441, 450. I told the traders, top robotics micro cap play, interested if the MTF holds, right? So another hot theme, we just talked about a solar theme, and this is a robotics themes, which is, there's not too many plays in the robotics. We do maintain our robotics right? Actually, I fixed the plan. Yeah, so I provided the game plan on the pre-market. You see the 924. I fixed two tickers, GLW, RRR. So I told the traders to long versus 4. That's what I told. I was on the voice. I told the traders to long versus 4. You see how it pulled back right to the 4 MTF clouds. What I said in the pre-market planning, I'm interested if it holds the MTFs. That's what I said. Interested in MTF holds versus 4. This is what I said, MTF holds versus 4. So I fixed that in the pre-market. So my traders already longed it, and then came the psychological breakout on RR, 5 psychological breakout. I told the traders to hold it. It went all the way to 562. I mean, insane trades, especially for the small account traders. Even if you had 2,000 shares, right? What are you risking? You got in 420, you're risking $400. You're making, more than $2,200-$2,300 by end of the day. So, but you just need to hold with the clouds and do not cut it. Just show patience and keep it as long as it keeps running on the cloud. So this is how you need to know the news, guys. What is the big news? So RR and RDW were huge news plays. You need to focus on those new setups so that you can make you can pick the best stocks that can run for you and make good profits in the market. All right, so next one we're going to look at is General Motors. So General Motors was another earning play. So earning plays, this has just been on fire for us. We had General Motors even the last time it ran. Always remember how it did in your last earnings, so you could do much better, right? If you know how it did it for you in the last earnings, you could do much better. So General Motors as well. Let's take a look here. I highlighted as a red. MTF below, no go under 82, curl if 82 holds, resistance breakout 84. That was the planning in the pre-market. As soon as I saw that traders were asking me is a long, I told them yes, it's a long, use the 83.50 stops. Another great guidance by D Trades, another senior trader in the community. RGV, everybody was on the top of it, the whole traders on the floor. A lot of traders were in GM, in the community. They were trading General Motors all day. There was just a beautiful trade. So I gave the pre-market first target I gave was the pre-market highs, right? 86 pre-market high target. Then we hit that target, then we hit 87, then we stopped out once it flushed here. You could always trade the reclaim. This is called a reclaim. But another earning plays, right? All you need to watch is the hold this pre-market level, curl from the 512s, and it's also a daily breakout. If you look at the daily chart, it was a no-brainer setup, right? It was also an A+ setup because General Motors was also it's trading at the all-time highs, no resistance. So that's how you do it. All right, so A+ setup, just like GLW, which was a monster trade for us. All right, so let's look at some other plays here. There was a bunch of other plays, earning plays. NEE, as soon as it reclaimed the MTF cloud, it ran crazy. This was also on our game plan. The whole defense sector was super strong here. NOC was a little choppy, ran a little later. Let's look at RTX. RTX was also a little choppy. So you see that some of the setups will not show you the trend. This one is usually illiquid, but what I'm trying to show you is the defense sector was pretty strong. Even Boeing, which was bearish in the morning, kind of gave a 512 calls, look here, and ran all the way. So much volatility, guys, in the earning trades. Earning setups are just amazing setups that you can trade and grow your account, keeping the loser small. When we lose small, right? So let's look at some of the MTF setups here. Let's take a look. IREN. So IREN was an MTF breakout. This is your 1 hour breakout. Beautiful trade. That's exactly how we had it on our our day 2 planning on IRN trade versus 1 hour MTF, long over 1 hour MTF, right? And it just ran. You just get in, you see here, put your stops here. And also I did tweet out that it's I tweeted about this IRN. I tweeted about this flag when it was trading at 55, and now it's it's trading at 61 after hours, right? So that flag was just amazing, right? Amazing flag breakout on IRN. All right, so that was IRN. There was many other plays, guys. If you just master the MTF cloud setups, they're just insane. So this was BE, another MTF long there, was just pure beauty because this sector was strong. Rocket Lab also pushed from one MTF to the next MTF, made an MTF magnet, pulled back, reclaimed, broke out of the MTF, was just beautiful. Another one was ASTS. We didn't do anything in the morning, but in middle of the end of the day, it gave this MTF long at 109 with stops under 108. It ran for another $2-3, right? So that's the beauty, guys. That's the beauty of the MTF system that I invented. It's always a game changer. It's repeatable. It's rule based. If you do not see the setup, you do not trade it, right? If there's an MTF with the news, it's even better, right? I show you every day the power of the MTF clouds. Watch the playlist on the MTF clouds on YouTube. All right, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.